Hello, I am Joshua Michael Stewart. I am going to read selections from my book, The Bastard Children of Dharma Bums, published by Human Error Press in 2020. Thank you to Paul Richmond. The book is split in two sections. The first section is a series of eraser poems based off the novel of Jack Kerouac, The Dharma Bums. So there is a erasure poem for each chapter in his novel. And however, the poems don't look like erasure poems. They look like regular poems, but I just took out the the black lines and just left the text. The only thing I may have altered is like punctuation, but everything else is exactly how Kerouac had it. But of course, I'm blacking out lines, so it turns into its own thing. I'm going to read just a couple of those. And the first one is The Bastard Children of Dharma Bums, number 9. I felt like lying down in the woods and face a long dead dream, forgotten song drifting across childhood, past manhood, all the living and the dying, the heartbreak. Sleep here tonight. We might wake up tomorrow. I remember rambling amongst pines, gurgling creeks. A mountain is a Buddha sitting perfectly still. I drink my life, drink more, let the world boil, get hungry. When I opened my eyes, the stars were aching. Nothing there to soothe the night wrapped in night. And this one is The Bastard Children of Dharma Bums, number 25. Chant in Buddhist monasteries. Take refuge in the Dharma. Take refuge in scrambled eggs. Eat your pancakes. I'll show you how to handle Zen. Christine came out in the yard, swinging down the smell of butterflies in the grass. The Buddha came to a puddle, wallowing in mud truth. In the kitchen, having attained nothing, Li Po, realizing it was all empty, played records and lounged around smoking. Then Christine sat in the grass writing haikus, watching the afternoon go to bed and dream. We called Beauty, who worked as a janitor. The Buddha picking a lute, singing, I was hitchhiking with a mind full of devils, smiled and danced. In the morning, I took Dharma on a trail in the wandering meadow on horseback. Angels swimming through the void of tall trees began to jiggle mysterious sun against my eyelids. As a blue hummingbird yelled a greeting, buzzing wings, my joy got down on its knees, talked to the beautiful flowers and to a sprig of pine needles. Then, like a laughing crow, turned and went staggering over the side of a hill. The second half of the book are just my own straight poems, poems that are influenced by traditional Japanese or Chinese poetic forms. So there's haikus in there, there's haibuns in there. There's also poems that are more my more surrealist type poems. So I'm going to read a few of those. Also more of my nature oriented poems, which this is one of them. It's called Sitting at a Picnic Table at the Quabbin Reservoir. Muddy bird prints on the pine board top. I want them to belong to eagles or hawks. but convinced they're of duller feathers. I'm unschooled in avian tracks, but read that the Chinese alphabet was inspired by foul feet and snow. There's a rustling behind a boulder, and from behind appears a ruffed grouse. It clucks, pecks at the ground. Shaped like a football awaiting kickoff, it struts my way on three-pronged toes that match the impressions on the picnic table. I zoom-lensed skyward, scoped autumn canopy for falcon, vulture, other birds of prey. And here in reddish and copper plumage, the thing I tried to find in a raptor's soar hops next to me on a bench and stares up with one brown eye. This next poem is an example of one of the more surrealistic poems in this collection. It's called Ignes Fatui, which is Latin for something deluding or misleading. A literal translation is foolish fires. And here's this one. What you've mistaken for a monocle is a dewdrop dangling from an eyelash. And what you thought were semaphores zigzagging in the field last evening was the pell-mell of newly winged angels. I play my guitar wants to kill your mama on a pyrite-plated kazoo, interchanging guitar with kazoo, of course. Are you dazzled by my caterpillar-skinned leotard? When I Watusi, are you left breathless? I am the wisteria under your window, which you take as a slow fire engulfing your house in purple and white flames. And I'll end this reading with one of my high buns. Technically, this would be called a tanka prose because instead of having a haiku after the prose, it's a tanka, but I call them all high buns. I don't really see the sense why we need to make all these different distinctions between the two. And this one is titled To Life. To the cat, I'm no more than a step ladder, a tool for looking out the window. From here on the bed, I see a scribble of branches, the occasional flash of bird, and the dusty underside of drawn-up blinds. The cat reports on ground activity. His chatters indicate the robin's return. His yowls announce that the calico next door is all belly and paws in the patch of sun. Today, there are no big questions I'll ask or try to answer. Instead, I'll fold my hands on my chest and tap a finger along to my neighbor's hammer as he pounds something beautiful and strong to life. Sundown, sunrise, a butterfly's open and closes its wings. Thank you. So again, the book is called The Bastard Children of Dharma Bums, published by Human Error Press in 2020. Thank you.